Ladies and gentlemen, may I have your attention, please? Esteemed guests, colleagues, ladies, gentlemen, and most importantly, our graduands of 2024. Good afternoon and welcome to the Faculty of Medicine and Health Sciences Pledge Ceremony. My name is Florence de Vries, and along with the faculty management team and all our staff, I'd like to extend my congratulations to our students who will pledge to uphold the values of this faculty and those of the profession you are joining. The Health Professionals Pledge is undoubtedly one of the most important commitments made by an individual entering a health profession. We trust that the commitment you make today will serve as your guiding light as you commence your professional career. Before we commence with the official ceremony, I'd like to remind you that this event is being live streamed and that a recording of it will be made available hereafter. We wish you well as you conclude your academic journey with us today. We will now observe the entrance of the academic procession. Please rise.
Good afternoon. Goeiemiddag. Molweni. Please take your seats. My name is Professor Nico van Pittius, and I'm the Vice Dean for Research and Internationalization of the Faculty of Medicine and Health Sciences of Stellenbosch University. On behalf of our Dean, Professor Elmi Miller, who is unfortunately unable to be with us today, I would hereby like to welcome all of you to this pledge ceremony for the MBCHB graduands. I would like to specifically welcome the following: the family and the friends of our graduates, our funding partners and donors, our colleagues from the Department of Health, and our guest speaker, Professor Susan van Schalkwyk, members of the faculty management, the Deputy Registrar, executive heads of our departments and heads of our divisions, program leaders, academic and support staff of the MBCHB program, and most importantly, our graduates of 2024. Welcome. Congratulations on this wonderful achievement. After tomorrow's graduation, you will become alumni of this institution, and I do hope that you will remain engaged with us. As the Vice Dean of Research and Internationalization, I value the significance of alumni engagement and the role that these engagements play in shaping the future of Stellenbosch University. Being an active alum goes beyond mere nostalgia It's about fostering a lifelong connection with your alma mater and becoming champions of this faculty's values, its achievements, and continuous progress. Your engagement with us in the future will enable us to innovate, expand opportunities, and enhance the educational experience, empowering aspiring healthcare professionals to excel and make a meaningful impact in their respective fields. We trust that you will continue to help us in the future to sustain the spirit of excellence that defines our institution. And as the Vice Dean for Postgraduate Studies, I look forward to seeing many of you return to do your postgraduate degrees with us. So every year, the faculty invites a special guest to this event to share some words of inspiration as you, our graduates, embark on your new exciting journey. I would like to introduce our guest speaker of this year, Professor Susan van Schalkwyk. Professor Susan van Schalkwyk is the outgoing executive head of the Department of Health Professions Education in the Faculty of Medicine and Health Sciences at Stellenbosch University. Her research interests cover a range of topics related to learning and teaching in the health professions, with a specific focus on strengthening postgraduate studies and academic writing. Much of her work is informed by the principles of transformative learning theory, with current projects intentionally looking to adopt a social justice agenda. Professor Susan is a B2 rated scientist with the National Research Foundation, a former SU teaching fellow and a fellow of the International Association of Medical Educationalists. In 2022, she received an SU Chancellor's Award, and earlier this year, the University Medical Center at Utrecht University in the Netherlands awarded her the Harman Tiddens Medal for Excellence in Health Professions Education. She has authored or co-authored more than 100 peer-reviewed articles and book chapters in the field. Professor van Schalkwyk, we look forward to your message.
Goedemiddag, Molweni. Good afternoon. I have to say a big thank you to the faculty for giving me this opportunity to engage with all of you this afternoon, especially as I'm just 3 days away from retirement. The first time I attended this event was in 2011, and on that day, my son was sitting where all of you are sitting now. And my husband and I were sitting up along the side here, where all the proud family members, friends, and loved ones are sitting right now. I remember it as a special day, a milestone day, a day for celebration. And I trust that that will be your experience, if it's not already like that. That it will be a day of excitement filled with endless possibilities and a beckoning unknown future. So the question is, what can I offer you on such a day? Where can we go in these few minutes that would be meaningful, of value, something for you to keep with you as you move into the next exciting phase of your lives, as you embrace your new identities as doctors? Well, let's see. Let me start by asking you a question. What are you doing here today? What are you doing here today? This might sound like a strange question. In a way, the answer is surely self-evident. You are here to make a declaration and a commitment, a pledge. You will take a stand for what you believe in terms of your profession in a way. Put your hands on your hips and say, "This is me. This is me as a doctor. These are the principles that will guide and inform my professional identity and my practice going forward." But let's think about the question a little differently. How did you come to be here today? What has led to this moment? How have the last 6 years unfolded and guided you to this point? Or we could ask the question with a forward-looking perspective. What does your being here today mean for what lies ahead? Either way, I would suggest that there's no doubt that to get here has taken significant effort and endeavor, and that the journey that will start for many, if not all of you, on 1 January or maybe 2 January 2025, that what lies ahead component is probably going to take similar effort and endeavor. It's going to require courage. Courage, in the same way that getting here today has taken much courage. And so that is my focus for today, courage. Courage is an attribute that we don't seem to pay much attention to these days. It is interesting that the literature in health professions education, which is my field, talks a lot about resilience and how important it is that healthcare professionals, which is what all of you now are, can be resilient in the face of adversity. But there is much less in the literature about courage. And to my mind, while resilience speaks to this notion of dealing with adversity or being strong when the going gets tough, courage speaks to being prepared to take a step into the unknown, to take a risk when uncertain or fearful, for you to venture into uncharted waters. Now, I need to take a moment here to acknowledge Jackie Cooper, who is a colleague and a friend of mine, and Prof. Cooper, her husband, is here on the stage. Jackie is an occupational therapist, and something she said recently triggered my thinking around courage and its potential to influence our conversation today. I know each of you who will graduate tomorrow have what it takes to be courageous. I know this because that is one of the reasons why you are here today. You may have been fearful, but you chose to act. You took a risk. You followed your heart. Coming to university all those years ago meant letting go of the familiar. And in so doing, you expanded your horizons. These are all hallmarks of courage. When I mentioned the idea of courage to another group of colleagues, Prof. Baekjes, who is also sitting here on the stage, drew my attention to the fact that some argue that there are different types of courage. And depending on what you read, authors have described between 4 and 6 types, with a range of attributes linked to them. So there's the physical courage, the sort of courage that keeps you going if you run the comrades. And interestingly, physical courage is often linked to resilience, this notion of staying the course. But there's social courage, being yourself, unapologetically so. Moral courage, which is probably a more tough one, doing the right thing, even when it won't be popular. There's emotional courage, allowing yourself to feel, to give space for your emotions, to explode with pride on a day like today. And then there's intellectual courage, to be open to learn, yes, even after all these years of learning, but then also to unlearn and to relearn with an open and flexible mind. And finally, some point to spiritual courage, which embraces the notion of living with purpose and meaning, reaching out to others while also reaching inward to oneself. I suspect some of these ideas resonate with you more than others, but that is not the main point of today's talk. Because while I know that each of you have courage, what I don't know is what sits beneath that courage. In other words, to what end is your courage? What has driven and motivated you over the past 6 years? And what will continue to inform the courageous choices that you will make in the years to come? How you will embrace your new responsibilities as doctors and your responsibility to healthcare and society. Now, the pledge that you will make in just a short while is key to this conversation. You are going to pledge to, amongst others, remain curious, creative, reflective, to serve as an advocate for social justice, to serve your patients ethically and with care, and to value others and yourselves. The extent to which you take this pledge on board will shape the healthcare professional, the doctor that you will become, and it will direct your acts of courage. So you know why you are here today. You know what it took to get here. You don't know what lies ahead, but you do know that you have what it takes to move forward with courage. Hold on to that knowledge. I close with a short extract from J.R. Tolkien's The Hobbit. Go back, he thought. No good at all. Go sideways? Impossible. Go forward? Only thing to do. On we go. So up he got and trotted along with his little sword held in front of him, and one hand feeling the wall, and his heart all of a patter and a pitter. To the class of 2024, take courage and go forth. Thank you.
Sorry, we just have to wait for the guest speaker to come back, okay? Good afternoon, colleagues and soon-to-be newly minted doctors. I'm Dr. Therese Fish. I'm the Vice Dean of Clinical Services and Social Impact. Professor van Schalkwyk, thank you for sharing these insightful words with us today. Your expertise and passion for improving the way we educate future health professionals is truly inspiring. We are grateful for the time you've taken to be here today in your last 3 days and for your thoughtful perspective on such an important topic. Your words have provided us with not only knowledge, but also motivation to continue working towards better outcomes in education and healthcare. Please give another round of applause. Now, in less than 24 hours' time, you guys are going to be doctors, and you're all looking so dreary. Can you please give yourselves a round of applause? Okay, so we're starting to get the fever for tomorrow. So it's now time for our graduands to make the pledge. So I hope many of you remember that in 2019, in February, you read the entry commitment. And we promised you that in 6 years' time, you'd be back here, and our promise has come true today. So today, you will, before the faculty, before your parents, your loved ones, and each other, make the pledge. And this pledge is made in public to uphold the values of the faculty and the profession that you are joining. We will soon invite you to stand and read the pledge together with me. After this reading, you will then go to the back to sign our pledge book, which remains in the safekeeping of the faculty. And each of you will receive a copy of the pledge in the 3 official languages of this province. So I invite my 2 colleagues who are going to read the pledge in English and Afrikaans and isiXhosa to join me for the first part of the reading. So while we read the isiXhosa first, and then we'll do the Afrikaans, I'm going to ask the graduands to stand. Wait, not yet. I just want to give another instruction. And then after that, when we do the English pledge together, I'm going to invite our colleagues, all the health professionals in the audience, the faculty members, anybody else who is also a health professional, to stand with our graduands to read the pledge, to remind our newly minted doctors and ourselves around the pledge, which we have all taken at different parts in our career. So Entle, please stand while Entle reads the isiXhosa. Thank you.
Mna ndifunga ndikhululekile nangokuzithoba ndisithi ndiya kuba yingcali yezempilo ebahloniphayo abantu ezikhathaleleyo nephatha abanye abantu ngesidima, imfezeko nothando. Ndimxabisile lo mntu endinguye, nalowo ndiyakuze ndibe nguye, nanjengoko ndibaxabisile nabanye, noko bakuko kwanoko baya kuba kuko. Ndiza kuzama ngamaxesha onke ukuzigusha iimfihlo zezigulane, kwaye ndibambelele kweyona migangatho yokuziphatha iphezulu emsebenzini wam. Kweli hlabathi liguquguquka mihla le, ndiza kuhlala ndiyingcali yezempilo eqavileyo, eyilayo neqiqayo, ezihloniphayo iindlela zokucinga ezingafaniyo, imbono, imeko nezisombululo ezixabisekileyo ebantwini, eluntwini nakwilizwe ngokubanzi. Ndiza kusebenzisana nabanye njengamahlakani am endilinganayo nawo, ukuzama ukuba ngogqwesayo kwinkathalo ejoliswe kumntu ngamnye. Ndizibophelela ekubeni ngummeli wobulungisa kwintlalo, osebenzela ukuphucula iimeko zokuphila, inkathalo efunyanwa ngabo ndinikwe uxanduva lokubakhathalela, kwaye ndiphucule neziphumo zempilo yabo ngokunjalo. Ndiyalwamkela uxanduva lokuncedisa ukwakha ikamva eliqhubekekayo lakhe wonke ubani ngokusebenzisa imithombo ngenkathalo, ubuchule nenkuthalo. Okokugqibela, ngawo onke amaxesha, ndiza kuzama ukubonelela ngenkathalo encedayo, ingeyiyo eyenzakalisayo. Enkosi.
Goeiemiddag, dames en here, eregaste en ons toekomstige dokters. Ek onderneem uit vrye wil en met die verskuldige eerbied om 'n professionele geneeskundige te wees wat mense respekteer, na myself omsien en ander met waardigheid, integriteit en deernis behandel. Ek heg waarde aan wie ek is en kan word, net soveel soos wat ek waarde heg aan ander vir wie hulle is en kan word. Ek sal te alle tye poog om pasiënte se vertroulikheid te verseker en die hoogste etiese standaarde in my praktyk te handhaaf. In 'n immer veranderende wêreld sal ek 'n skierige, kreatiewe en nadenkende professionele gesondheidswerker bly, wat respek betoon vir die diverse ideologieë, idees, kontekste en oplossings wat vir mense, gemeenskappe en bevolkings saak maak. Ek sal met ander as gelyke vennote saamwerk in die strewe na uitnemendheid in mensgesentreerde sorg. Ek verbind my daartoe om 'n voorspraak vir sosiale geregtigheid te wees en ek sal my bearbei om die lewensomstandighede, versorgingservarings, gesondheidsuitkomste van diegene wat aan my sorg toevertrou word te verbeter. Ek aanvaar my verantwoordelikheid om te help om 'n volhoubare toekoms vir almal te bou deur hulpbronne met sorg, kreatiwiteit en ywer aan te wend. Ten slotte sal ek ten alle tye poog om sorg te voorsien wat hulp verleen en geen skade berokken nie.
Thank you. I now invite other health professionals in the audience and on the stage to stand and read the pledge with our graduands. Are we ready? Yes, no? Yep. Okay, let's go. I freely and humbly pledge to be a health professional who respects people, cares for myself, and treats others with dignity, integrity, and compassion. I value who I am and can become as much as I value others for who they are and become. I shall strive at all times to maintain patient confidentiality and to uphold the highest ethical standards in my practice. In an ever-changing world, I shall remain a curious, reflective, and professional, respecting diverse ideologies, ideas, contexts, and solutions which matter to people, communities, and populations. I shall work with others as equal partners in striving for excellence in person-centered care. I commit to be an advocate for social justice, working to improve the living conditions, care experiences, and health outcomes of those entrusted to my care. I accept my responsibility to help build a sustainable future for all by using resources with care, creativity, and diligence. Finally, at all times, endeavor to provide care that helps and does no harm. Thank you. You may take your seats. I now call on Professor Karen Bartjes, the Acting Dean and Vice Dean of Teaching and Learning at our faculty, to read the names of our graduands. Dr. Derek van Vieren, the MBCHB Program Leader, and Dr. Farenhaas Bray will share the task of handing over your pledge scrolls and the prizes. Professor Bartjes.
Good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen. It gives me great pleasure to be here this afternoon to be able to announce the names of our graduates in the MBCHB program. Good afternoon, colleagues. So, as I read out the names and as they approach, I just want to share a few notes. I'm going to request that the graduates and the whole audience allow us to give acknowledgement to the whole class at the end of receiving the certificates and not after each handover. I now call upon the graduates of MBCHB to come forward and receive your pledge scroll. Robin Lee Abrahams, distinction in ophthalmology. Sarah Abrahams, distinctions in primary healthcare and ophthalmology. Nina Ackerman. Marina Ackerman, 5 distinctions in obstetrics and gynecology, ENT, ophthalmology, primary healthcare, and pediatrics. Mohammed Yasin Adams, distinction in ophthalmology. Joy Oluwatumasin Adewumi, who passes the degree cum laude, 5 distinctions in anesthesiology, primary healthcare, surgery, ophthalmology, obstetrics, and gynecology. May I please request that you allow me to say all the distinctions? It is quite a profound moment. Khalil Ahmed, distinction in ophthalmology. Shakil Amlay, distinction in primary healthcare. Vanessa Didi Ogum Annan, 3 distinctions in ONG, primary healthcare psychiatry. Alaya Armin. Alexis Safu Asibay, 3 distinctions in ophthalmology, ONG, internal medicine. Roman Ashwin Bailey. Leila Bandiker, 2 distinction in anesthesiology and ophthalmology. Yakin Nesar Bandiker, 2 distinctions in orthopedics and ophthalmology. Kanya Bangani, 2 distinctions in ENT and ophthalmology. Marina Barnard, 3 distinctions in primary health care, surgery, and ophthalmology. Sarah Bassa, 4 distinctions in primary health care, internal medicine, surgery, and ophthalmology. Caitlin Jessica Bassett, who passes the degree cum laude with 7 distinctions, anesthesiology, primary health care, surgery, ophthalmology, ONG, pediatrics, internal medicine. Marissa Magdalena Basson. Intle Babula, who passes the degree cum laude with 6 distinctions in orthopedics, surgery, ophthalmology, urology, ONG, and pediatrics. Shannon Moriva Benjamin. Faith Beekers, with 2 distinctions in primary health care and ophthalmology. Lucille Beekers, 2 distinctions in primary health care and ophthalmology. Hannah Slay Bezaidenhout, 3 distinctions in orthopedics, primary health care, and ophthalmology. Lindy Blumeris, distinction in orthopedics. Destiny Lusamo Bombo, distinction in ophthalmology. Abraham Jacobus Boyens, who passes the degree cum laude, 10 distinctions, primary healthcare, pediatrics, ONG, internal medicine, orthopedics, ENT, anesthesiology, surgery, ophthalmology, urology, who wins the prize for the best performance in the domain of orthopedics. The prize is sponsored by the Division of Orthopedic Surgery and the South African Orthopedic Association, who wins the prize for the best final year student in otorhinolaryngology, and it is sponsored by the division. You may clap. Tienes Christoffel Botha, 2 distinctions in ophthalmology and in anesthesiology. Georgia Rose Bowen, who passes the degree cum laude, 9 distinctions, orthopedics, primary healthcare, ENT, surgery, ophthalmology, urology, internal medicine, pediatrics, and ONG. Jessie Brandt. Nazneen Bray, with 6 distinctions in ONG, pediatrics, anesthesiology, orthopedics, ophthalmology, and ENT. Ben Ian Turin Bristow, 3 distinctions in ophthalmology, primary healthcare, and anesthesiology. Matteo Luigi Bucimazza, with 2 distinctions in ENT and primary healthcare. Emirae Helene Butoy, 4 distinctions in ONG, primary healthcare, surgery, and ophthalmology. Samantha Michelle Carletti, who passes the degree cum laude with 11 distinctions, ONG, pediatrics, internal medicine, primary healthcare, psychiatry, anesthesiology, orthopedics, surgery, ophthalmology, ENT, and urology. Matthew James Carolison, 3 distinctions in ENT, ophthalmology, and ONG. Chadi Choche, distinctions in primary healthcare and anesthesiology. Makaziwe Koonko, distinctions in primary healthcare, surgery, and ophthalmology. Celinda Kushle, Nondimiso Koonko. Nashley Andred Christians, with 2 distinctions in orthopedics and ophthalmology. Unique Cindy Christoffels, with a distinction in primary healthcare. Angelo Charles Kluter. Maria Johanna Katerina Kutsia, with 4 distinctions in primary healthcare, ONG, internal medicine, and ophthalmology. Danielle Maria Kombrink, who passes the degree cum laude with 6 distinctions in pediatrics, primary healthcare, anesthesiology, orthopedics, surgery, and ophthalmology. Martinez Jacobus Johannes Kroonheer, distinction in ophthalmology. Jamie Lee Daniels, with a distinction in primary healthcare, orthopedics, and ophthalmology. Cornelius Christian de Beer, with 2 distinctions in ophthalmology and ONG. Caroline Marie de Kock, who passes the degree cum laude with 6 distinctions in ophthalmology, ENT, ONG, primary healthcare, anesthesiology, and orthopedics. Mineke Dempers, with 5 distinctions in orthopedics, primary healthcare, ophthalmology, ONG, and pediatrics. Tanita Ann Dazel, who passes the degree cum laude with 10 distinctions, ONG, pediatrics, internal medicine, primary healthcare, anesthesiology, orthopedics, surgery, ophthalmology, urology, ENT, who wins the prize for best performance in cardiology, who wins the prize for the best overall student in clinical pharmacology in MBCHB 4 and 6. The prize is sponsored by the Division of Clinical Pharmacology, who wins the prize for the top student in urology in 2024. That prize is sponsored by the division. Ladies and gentlemen, I'm going to ask, just as you can see, I'm looking at my water bottle. I think it's unhealthy to sit for such a prolonged time, so I'm going to ask of you to stand while I grab the water. Please all rise. Thank you very much. This might happen on a second and third occasion this afternoon. Ayanda Dingani, distinction in anesthesiology. Hanan Domingo, distinction in primary healthcare and ophthalmology. Emma Dubel with 2 distinctions in primary healthcare and ophthalmology. Jordan Dowd, 3 distinctions, primary healthcare, ophthalmology, and ONG. Hendrik Jacobus Tupisani, who passes the degree cum laude with 7 distinctions in ONG, primary healthcare, orthopedics, surgery, ophthalmology, urology, and ENT. Chelsea Page Duplessis, who passes the degree cum laude with 9 distinctions, orthopedics, anesthesiology, primary healthcare, ENT, surgery, ophthalmology, internal medicine, pediatrics, ONG. Vera Simone Duprier, who passes the degree cum laude with 10 distinctions, pediatrics, primary healthcare, ONG, internal medicine, anesthesiology, orthopedics, ENT, surgery, ophthalmology, and urology. Jean-Marie Dutoy, who passes the degree cum laude with 7 distinctions, ENT, ophthalmology, urology, anesthesiology, orthopedics, surgery, and primary healthcare. Belle Milagre Duarte with 6 distinctions in ENT, ophthalmology, anesthesiology, surgery, primary healthcare, obstetrics, and gynecology. Aaron Dubula. Shakira Ibrahim, who passes the degree cum laude with 9 distinctions, orthopedics, anesthesiology, primary healthcare, ENT, surgery, ophthalmology, urology, internal medicine, ONG. Jennifer Ann Edwards, 6 distinctions, ENT, ophthalmology, anesthesiology, surgery, primary healthcare, ONG. Rieta Engelbrecht, 3 distinctions, primary healthcare, ONG, and ophthalmology. Dean Erasmus, who passes the degree cum laude with 7 distinctions, internal medicine, ONG, primary healthcare, pediatrics, orthopedics, ophthalmology, and ENT. Alia Esop, with 2 distinctions in surgery and ophthalmology. Lenati Fas, with 2 distinctions in anesthesiology and obstetrics and gynecology. Mzwandile Mpendulo Fakude. Awami Fani. Wandesile Faindladla, with a distinction in anesthesiology. Robin Nicole Ferguson, who passes the degree cum laude with 8 distinctions: anesthesiology, orthopedics, primary healthcare, surgery, ophthalmology, ONG, pediatrics, and internal medicine. Kaylin Ferreira, with 5 distinctions: ENT, ophthalmology, anesthesiology, surgery, and primary healthcare. Lila Elizabeth Ferreira, who passes the degree cum laude with 9 distinctions: pediatrics, ONG, internal medicine, orthopedics, ENT, anesthesiology, surgery, ophthalmology, and urology. Mia Louise Fick, who passes the degree cum laude with 6 distinctions: anesthesiology, primary healthcare, surgery, ophthalmology, internal medicine, ONG. Abdur Razik Firfirey, who passes the degree cum laude with 9 distinctions: ONG, primary healthcare, internal medicine, ENT, anesthesiology, orthopedics, surgery, ophthalmology, and urology. Inay Fouchier, with a distinction in primary healthcare. Cameron Daniel Fourie, who passes the degree cum laude with 11 distinctions in internal medicine, psychiatry, ENT, ophthalmology, urology, anesthesiology, surgery, pediatrics, orthopedics, ONG, and primary health. Louis Fourie, who passes the degree cum laude with 8 distinctions: primary healthcare, pediatrics, ONG, anesthesiology, orthopedics, surgery, ophthalmology, and urology. Solomon Johannes Lodewijk Fourie, who passes the degree cum laude with 10 distinctions in orthopedics, ENT, primary healthcare, surgery, ophthalmology, urology, anesthesiology, internal medicine, pediatrics, ONG, who wins the prize for the best final year student in the domain of obstetrics and gynecology, and the prize is sponsored by the department. Dean France, with 2 distinctions in surgery and ophthalmology. Amira Gabru, with 2 distinctions in anesthesiology and ophthalmology. Muhammad Abdul Ghafoor, who passes the degree cum laude with 9 distinctions: ENT, ophthalmology, anesthesiology, pediatrics, psychiatry, surgery, orthopedics, ONG, and internal medicine. Justin Faisal Ghafoor, with 7 distinctions in ONG, primary healthcare, anesthesiology, orthopedics, surgery, ophthalmology, and urology. Hana Ghani, who passes the degree cum laude with 7 distinctions in anesthesiology, orthopedics, primary healthcare, surgery, ophthalmology, ONG, and pediatrics. Gabrielle Maria Guess, who passes the degree cum laude with 5 distinctions in primary healthcare, ophthalmology, urology, pediatrics, and ONG. Azhar Hassan Gire with a distinction in ophthalmology. Abigail Athenia Gous with distinctions in primary healthcare and ophthalmology. Matteo Gregory Greiling with 5 distinctions in obstetrics and gynecology, primary healthcare, anesthesiology, orthopedics, and ophthalmology. Can we take a standing break at this moment? It is hard work to read all these distinctions, colleagues. Please have a seat. Danielle Christine Griesel with 4 distinctions in anesthesiology, orthopedics, surgery, and ophthalmology. Pieter Gerhardus de Bruin Groenewald with 4 distinctions, orthopedics, anesthesiology, surgery, and ophthalmology. Eden Lee Grossel, who passes the degree cum laude with 10 distinctions, anesthesiology, orthopedics, primary healthcare, ENT, surgery, ophthalmology, ONG, pediatrics, internal medicine, and psychiatry. Chantal Catherine Gies-Brown, who passes the degree cum laude with 9 distinctions in anesthesiology, orthopedics, primary healthcare, ENT, surgery, ophthalmology, ONG, pediatrics, and internal medicine. Elami Meli Hadebe with a distinction in obstetrics and gynecology. Urisha Hariparsad with 4 distinctions in primary healthcare, ophthalmology, anesthesiology, and ONG. Karen Ann Harrison with 3 distinctions in primary healthcare, ophthalmology, ONG. Nicola Havenga, who passes the degree cum laude with 7 distinctions, anesthesiology, primary healthcare, surgery, ophthalmology, internal medicine, pediatrics, and ONG. Kirsten Sarah Hay, who passes the degree cum laude with 7 distinctions in primary healthcare, pediatrics, ONG, orthopedics, ENT, anesthesiology, surgery, urology, and ophthalmology. Brayton Jade Hendricks with a distinction in ophthalmology. Marguerite Herbst, who passes the degree cum laude with 10 distinctions in pediatrics, primary healthcare, obstetrics and gynecology, internal medicine, orthopedics, ENT, anesthesiology, surgery, ophthalmology, urology, and who wins the prize for the best performance in the domain of internal medicine. The prize is sponsored. Masana Lesedi Shlomane with distinctions in anesthesiology, primary healthcare, and ophthalmology. Shlawulekani Mfanelo Shlongwane. Mikateku Cheryl Shlongwane. Josias Philip Hoffman, who passes the degree cum laude with 11 distinctions, psychiatry, primary healthcare, pediatrics, obstetrics and gynecology, internal medicine, orthopedics, ENT, anesthesiology, surgery, urology, ophthalmology, and who wins the prize for the best performance in the domain of anesthesiology and critical care. Yani Nguyen, who passes the degree cum laude with 11 distinctions, psychiatry, primary healthcare, pediatrics, obstetrics and gynecology, internal medicine, orthopedics, ENT, anesthesiology, surgery, urology, and ophthalmology. Ibrahim Hussein, 7 distinctions, ONG, psychiatry, ENT, anesthesiology, orthopedics, surgery, and ophthalmology. Ilke Horn, who passes the degree cum laude, 8 distinctions, anesthesiology, primary healthcare, ENT, ophthalmology, urology, ONG, pediatrics, internal medicine. Annie Huang, who passes the degree cum laude, 11 distinctions, orthopedics, ENT, primary healthcare, surgery, ophthalmology, urology, anesthesiology, psychiatry, internal medicine, pediatrics, ONG. Melk Ihu, who passes cum laude, 8 distinctions, internal medicine, ENT, ophthalmology, anesthesiology, surgery, orthopedics, ONG, primary healthcare. Marine Ismail with 2 distinctions, primary healthcare and ophthalmology. Yasmin Ismail, 3 distinctions, ENT, ophthalmology, ONG. Farida Jabbar, distinctions in anesthesiology and ophthalmology. Fayyad Ahmed Jaffer. Hunter Hussein Jaffer with distinction in ENT. David Benjamin Janssen van Rensburg, who passes cum laude with 9 distinctions, ONG, internal medicine, primary healthcare, psychiatry, anesthesiology, orthopedics, surgery, urology, and ophthalmology. Adrian Erasmus Janssen van Rensburg with 3 distinctions in orthopedics, primary healthcare, ophthalmology, who wins the Dean's Award for the Best Student Intern Assignment, of which the topic is Microbiology of Unresolved Bone Infection, and the assignment leader, Dr. Rodolph G. Fenter from the Division of Orthopedics. Queen Tyra Melozane January with 6 distinctions in ONG, pediatrics, orthopedics, surgery, ophthalmology, and urology. Laika Jiwa with 5 distinctions, ONG, primary healthcare, orthopedics, surgery, and ophthalmology. Thomas Steve Jessup, who passes cum laude with 3 distinctions in ophthalmology, internal medicine, and ONG. Brittany Johnson, 4 distinctions in anesthesiology, primary healthcare, ophthalmology, and ONG. Kwatita Sesetu Jonga. Mariam Juma with a distinction in primary healthcare. Cleo Adria Julies. Lekandu Kamowanga with 2 distinctions in primary healthcare and ophthalmology. Kesenkang Monica Kantani. Kholagano Uaribile Hosana, who passes cum laude with 7 distinctions in ONG, pediatrics, anesthesiology, ENT, orthopedics, ophthalmology, and surgery. Thamina Kalfi, with 5 distinctions in primary healthcare, anesthesiology, ophthalmology, internal medicine, and ONG. Iman Khan. Naila Khan. Zayan Khan. Mpo Neo Kiba with 4 distinctions in ONG, primary healthcare, orthopedics, and ophthalmology. Malebu Koza. Wambui Kimani with 2 distinctions in primary healthcare and ophthalmology. Giselle Kitsov, who passes cum laude with 7 distinctions in pediatrics, ONG, primary healthcare, internal medicine, ENT, orthopedics, and ophthalmology. Anelia Kleinhans, who passes cum laude with 6 distinctions in primary healthcare, surgery, ophthalmology, urology, ONG, and pediatrics, and who wins the prize for the best final year student in the domain of pediatrics and child health, and the prize is sponsored by the department. Shantay Lisa Kukumur, who passes cum laude and 3 distinctions in primary healthcare, ophthalmology, and ONG. Leanne Crick, 9 distinctions, ENT, ophthalmology, anesthesiology, pediatrics, psychiatry, surgery, orthopedics, ONG, and internal medicine. Zafira Kumandan, 4 distinctions, anesthesiology, primary healthcare, ophthalmology, and ONG. Mishlali Lamani. Anna Katerina Lambrecht, who passes cum laude with 6 distinctions in internal medicine, ONG, primary healthcare, pediatrics, ophthalmology, and urology. Tahia Latif, distinctions in orthopedics and anesthesiology. Daniel James Leroux, with 3 distinctions in primary healthcare, ophthalmology, and ONG. Chepiso Lekalakala with 5 distinctions in primary healthcare, ONG, orthopedics, ENT, and ophthalmology. Dylan Trevor Lewis with 4 distinctions in primary healthcare, surgery, ophthalmology, ONG, and wins the prize for the best performance in the domain of family medicine and primary care, and the prize is sponsored by the South African Academy of Family Physicians. Kelly Ann Long with 3 distinctions in primary healthcare, orthopedics, and ophthalmology. Esther Jocelyn Elizabeth Lowskut. Michaela Libber with 4 distinctions in orthopedics, primary healthcare, surgery, and ophthalmology. Christine Luke, who passes cum laude with 6 distinctions in ONG, primary healthcare, internal medicine, orthopedics, surgery, and ophthalmology. Christian Johan Lisse, who passes cum laude with 10 distinctions in ONG, pediatrics, internal medicine, primary healthcare, anesthesiology, orthopedics, surgery, ENT, urology, and ophthalmology. Anele Madia. Abigail Mudine Madumbo with a distinction in ophthalmology. Nicole Refilwe Madumo with 2 distinctions in psychiatry and orthopedics. Vela Magida, who passes cum laude with 11 distinctions. ONG, pediatrics, internal medicine, primary healthcare, psychiatry, anesthesiology, orthopedics, surgery, ENT, urology, ophthalmology. Palesa Makena with 3 distinctions, ONG, primary healthcare, ophthalmology. Stephanie Malherbe, who passes cum laude with 8 distinctions, ENT, ophthalmology, anesthesiology, psychiatry, surgery, orthopedics, ONG, and internal medicine, and who wins the prize for the best final year student in the domain of psychiatry for 2024. The prize is sponsored by the South African Society of Psychiatrists and the Division of Psychiatry. Beneline Naledi Mampa. Tapelu Lina Manamela with 2 distinctions in primary healthcare and ophthalmology. And Tabeleng Halala Mapohoshe, 2 distinctions in ENT and anesthesiology, and who wins the prize for the best performance in the rural elective. She epitomizes commitment to advancing healthcare in rural communities. The prize is sponsored by the MBCHB Program Committee and the Division of Rural Health, Ukwanda. Nuha Martin, 3 distinctions in anesthesiology, ENT, and ophthalmology. Sanele Eric Maseku. Kutso Ramabele Masemola. Kanyisa Nshluko Bianca Mashimbie. Distinction in Primary Healthcare. Tarzan Timbani Maswanganye. Mabatu Ramokone Celine Matipa with 2 distinctions in primary healthcare and ophthalmology. Madumetya Nkuwana Machila with 4 distinctions in orthopedics, primary healthcare, surgery, and ophthalmology. Sibulele Mbala, distinction in primary healthcare. Mfanelu Njabulo Mbeshle. Mshlangabezi Mbiza. Nkosazana Mqaqisu, distinctions in anesthesiology and ophthalmology. Sipu Elvis Mdleche, with 4 distinctions in ENT, anesthesiology, primary healthcare, and ONG. Danica Meyrung, distinctions in ENT, ophthalmology, and primary healthcare. Vumile Nompilo Mshlambi, with 3 distinctions in primary healthcare, ONG, and ophthalmology. Sorry, what that one second. Sibongile Mshlongu, 2 distinctions in anesthesiology and ophthalmology. Meghna Mita Lala. Mokheti Mbali Mkalipe, who passes cum laude with 8 distinctions in pediatrics, ONG, primary healthcare, ENT, orthopedics, surgery, ophthalmology, and urology. Mnakeli Owen Mkontwana with a distinction in orthopedics. Hello. Lengwai Innocentia Vanessa Madi with 3 distinctions in ENT, anesthesiology, and ONG. Dami Isaac Ngube with a distinction in ophthalmology. Lisa Latita Nyombolo with 3 distinctions in orthopedics, urology, and ophthalmology. Mohai Moheti with a distinction in ophthalmology. Iyaz Mohammed with a distinction in anesthesiology. Günter Klaus Meur, who passes cum laude with 9 distinctions, orthopedics, ENT, primary healthcare, ophthalmology, urology, internal medicine, pediatrics, ONG, and anesthesiology. Wandile Sishle Mokele with 5 distinctions in ENT, orthopedics, primary healthcare, ophthalmology, and ONG. Kai Peter Moers, who passes cum laude with 11 distinctions, internal medicine, psychiatry, ONG, primary healthcare, pediatrics, orthopedics, anesthesiology, ENT, surgery, ophthalmology, and urology. K.D. Lee Mostert, who passes cum laude with 8 distinctions in ONG, pediatrics, internal medicine, primary healthcare, orthopedics, surgery, ophthalmology, and urology. Kabelo Vutu Motubatse with distinctions in orthopedics, ophthalmology, and urology. Lesedi Botlale Motumi with a distinction in ophthalmology. Melinda Lesehu Moyo with distinctions in internal medicine and ONG. Mbali Mlibu Kante Mkhotrisu. Silulutu Msikinya with a distinction in primary healthcare. Therina Mudley with 4 distinctions, ONG, psychiatry, primary healthcare, and ophthalmology. Todani Molotsi with 5 distinctions in primary healthcare, ENT, ophthalmology, internal medicine, and ONG. Uzair Munshi. Anna Musandiwa with 2 distinctions in ENT and ophthalmology. Hulisani Precious Mushanganyisi. Mudzunga Mutepe with a distinction in ophthalmology. Ntokozo Unati Ella Mayeza. Azukiwe Mzamu with 2 distinctions in orthopedics and ophthalmology. Vineshri Naidu with 2 distinctions in primary healthcare and ophthalmology. Bonolo Boitumelo Naupe with distinction in ophthalmology. Bonesile Yonela Ndebele with 2 distinctions in ENT and ophthalmology. Oratile Dimpo Nkwashu with 4 distinctions in orthopedics, primary healthcare, surgery, and ophthalmology. Tabisu Numbembe. Kauthar Nurdin. Can we take our last standing break, please? What?
The next one is including that? Okay.
Thank you very much. Nsidiso Hundumisu Letukutula Huntuli with 7 distinctions in orthopedics, ENT, surgery, ophthalmology, urology, internal medicine, and ONG. Zanele Ayanda Nkramachele with distinctions 4 in ENT, ophthalmology, urology, and internal medicine, and who wins the prize for the best performance in the module ethics, and this is sponsored by the Division of Medical Ethics and Law. Losizo Hunzo. Lucas Jacobus Oberholster, who passes cum laude with 8 distinctions in ONG, primary healthcare, internal medicine, ENT, orthopedics, surgery, ophthalmology, urology, and who wins the prize for the best overall student in the module Principles of Therapy 141 in MBCHB1 in 2019. The prize is sponsored by the Division of Clinical Pharmacology. Philippa Kikachukwu Nkiruka Obi, with a distinction in primary healthcare. Bridget Gaynor Orain. Taryn Mersha Pangle with 2 distinctions in ophthalmology and pediatrics. Naila Parker with 2 distinctions in ophthalmology and primary healthcare. Jihani Kara Pasquale with distinctions in anesthesiology and primary healthcare. Cassidy Amber Peterson. Andre Michael Pillay, who passes cum laude with 10 distinctions in ENT, ophthalmology, urology, anesthesiology, pediatrics, surgery, orthopedics, ONG, internal medicine, primary healthcare, and who wins the prize for the Rural Clinical School Student of the Year, awarded to a student who makes an exceptional contribution to improve community interaction and the health of a rural community. This prize is sponsored by the Division of Rural Health, Ukwanda. Kiandra Pillay. Tara Poole, who passes cum laude with 8 distinctions in orthopedics, primary healthcare, surgery, ophthalmology, urology, pediatrics, ONG, and internal medicine. Yuri Johannes Pretorius with 3 distinctions in surgery, ophthalmology, and internal medicine. William Glenn Presents, who passes cum laude with 7 distinctions in ONG, psychiatry, primary healthcare, internal medicine, orthopedics, surgery, and ophthalmology. Kahule Mikhail Chimangatso Radzalani with distinction in ophthalmology. Muhammad Yusuf Rabini with 5 distinctions, ENT, surgery, ophthalmology, ONG, and pediatrics. Gareth Liam Randall with 5 distinctions, anesthesiology, primary healthcare, ENT, surgery, and ophthalmology. Rayhan Rawoot. Isak Malan Retief, who passes cum laude with 5 distinctions, ONG, anesthesiology, surgery, ophthalmology, and ENT. Jaden George Rose. Mohammed Hussein Royker with 3 distinctions in anesthesiology, ENT, and ophthalmology. Sarah Reuters, who passes cum laude with 7 distinctions in anesthesiology, primary healthcare, surgery, ophthalmology, ONG, pediatrics, and internal medicine, and who wins the prize for the best student overall in pediatrics and child health, and they sponsor the prize. Tiffany Carissa Cyphers. Raisa Sali with 2 distinctions in primary healthcare and ENT. Anele Senamile Sambu. Melissa Nathania Sampson with 5 distinctions in orthopedics, anesthesiology, primary healthcare, ophthalmology, and ONG. Taryn Mayoka Sampson. Mpamoleng Gogontle Sape with a distinction in primary healthcare. Nabil Syed Ismail with 3 distinctions in ONG, orthopedics, and ophthalmology. Yasmin Syed with a distinction in ophthalmology. Heinrich Christian Schmidt, who passes cum laude with 9 distinctions, ONG, pediatrics, internal medicine, primary healthcare, anesthesiology, orthopedics, surgery, ENT, and ophthalmology. Marali Skuman, who passes cum laude with 8 distinctions, orthopedics, anesthesiology, primary healthcare, ENT, surgery, ophthalmology, ONG, and internal medicine. Leah Hannah Scholes with 4 distinctions in anesthesiology, primary healthcare, surgery, and ophthalmology. Anke Gerda Schroeder with 3 distinctions in primary healthcare, ophthalmology, and ONG. Wandile Sebutoma with 2 distinctions in primary healthcare and ophthalmology. Nabia Sidat. Timothy Michael Sharrock, who passes cum laude with 5 distinctions, ENT, ophthalmology, internal medicine, ONG, and primary healthcare. Nkobile Sibayi. Makungu Melvin Sibise with 2 distinctions, primary healthcare and gynecology, ONG. Caitlin Kensani Michi Satole with 6 distinctions in primary healthcare, surgery, ophthalmology, urology, ONG, and pediatrics. And apologies, passes the degree cum laude. And who wins the Bongani Mayosi National Student Academic Prize. Caitlin, I just want to explain the award. It is awarded by the Bongani Mayosi Foundation and recognizes the qualities of academic excellence, emotional intelligence, and social responsiveness in graduating medical students across medical programs in South Africa, and this was voted for by your class. Lisa Louise Smith, 5 distinctions, primary healthcare, orthopedics, anesthesiology, ophthalmology, and urology. Nicole Aletha Smith with distinction in primary healthcare. Benjamin Smits, who passes cum laude with 9 distinctions: orthopedics, anesthesiology, surgery, ophthalmology, urology, internal medicine, psychiatry, ONG, and pediatrics. Vuyolwetu Sivanati Solane, with distinctions in primary healthcare and ophthalmology. Rosaide Stadhouwer with 3 distinctions in primary healthcare, ophthalmology, and ONG. Chanel Steenkamp, 3 distinctions, anesthesiology, orthopedics, and ophthalmology. Katerina Elizabeth Stephen, 5 distinctions in ophthalmology, internal medicine, ONG, primary healthcare, and ENT. Samantha Lee Stein. Shanri Strydom, who passes cum laude with 11 distinctions in internal medicine, psychiatry, ONG, primary healthcare, pediatrics, orthopedics, anesthesiology, ENT, surgery, ophthalmology, and urology. Jethro Stradom, 4 distinctions in anesthesiology, primary healthcare, surgery, and ophthalmology. Megan Tate, who passes cum laude with 10 distinctions in internal medicine, ONG, primary healthcare, pediatrics, orthopedics, anesthesiology, ENT, surgery, ophthalmology, urology, and who wins the prize for the best performance in the domain of ophthalmology, who sponsors the prize, and who wins the prize for the best student in the domain of surgery for 2024, and the division sponsors that prize too. Yusra Thebes, with 3 distinctions in primary healthcare, orthopedics, and ophthalmology. Anine Cecile Ace, with 6 distinctions in ENT, psychiatry, surgery, orthopedics, ONG, and primary healthcare. Valeria Albertina van der Westhuizen, who passes cum laude with 9 distinctions in pediatrics, primary healthcare, ONG, internal medicine, orthopedics, ENT, surgery, ophthalmology, and urology. Anya van Dijk, with a distinction in ophthalmology. Lente Rode van Eden, with 2 distinctions in primary healthcare and ophthalmology. Lianke van Niekerk, 4 distinctions, anesthesiology, primary healthcare, ophthalmology, and ONG. Sunay van Rensen, with 5 distinctions, ENT, ophthalmology, internal medicine, surgery, and primary healthcare. Anel van Staden, 2 distinctions, primary healthcare and ophthalmology. Claudia van Wyk, who passes cum laude with 11 distinctions in internal medicine, psychiatry, ONG, primary healthcare, pediatrics, orthopedics, anesthesiology, ENT, urology, ophthalmology, and surgery. Marinique van Wyk, who passes cum laude with 6 distinctions in ONG, primary healthcare, orthopedics, surgery, ophthalmology, and urology. Renee van Zyl, who passes cum laude with 9 distinctions in internal medicine, ONG, primary healthcare, pediatrics, orthopedics, surgery, ENT, ophthalmology, and urology. Joshua Venter, with 7 distinctions in orthopedics, anesthesiology, primary healthcare, surgery, ophthalmology, internal medicine, and ONG. Zanay Venter, with 6 distinctions in primary healthcare, ONG, orthopedics, ENT, anesthesiology, and ophthalmology. Petrus Jacobus Vermeulen, who passes cum laude with 9 distinctions, internal medicine, ONG, primary healthcare, orthopedics, anesthesiology, ENT, surgery, urology, and ophthalmology. Carly Viljoen, with 5 distinctions in ophthalmology, ENT, ONG, orthopedics, and surgery. Ruan Viljoen, with 5 distinctions in ONG, pediatrics, ENT, ophthalmology, and urology. Luc Vivier, Frans Hermanus Stephanus Weilbach, with 6 distinctions in anesthesiology, ENT, surgery, ophthalmology, urology, and ONG. Bronwyn Faith Wells, with distinction in primary healthcare. Petronella Magdalena Wessels, who passes cum laude with 7 distinctions in ophthalmology, ENT, internal medicine, primary healthcare, pediatrics, ONG, and orthopedics. Emily Grace Wilson, who passes cum laude with 7 distinctions in ophthalmology, ENT, internal medicine, primary healthcare, pediatrics, ONG, and orthopedics. Nicolaas Laurens Wipplinger, with distinction in ophthalmology. Mustafa Zalgonker, with 3 distinctions in primary healthcare, ENT, and ophthalmology. Michael Otto Zapke, who passes cum laude with 8 distinctions in orthopedics, ENT, surgery, ophthalmology, urology, internal medicine, pediatrics, and ONG. Kelly Zeng, who passes cum laude with 11 distinctions in ONG, pediatrics, internal medicine, primary healthcare, psychiatry, anesthesiology, orthopedics, surgery, ENT, urology, and ophthalmology. This now brings me to the announcement of the Faculty of Medicine and Health Sciences medals. Firstly, the top academic achiever. It gives me great pleasure to announce the faculty top academic achiever. This is awarded to the MBCHB student who achieved the highest mark throughout the duration of their program. So this candidate in year 1 achieved an average mark of 92.3%. In year 2, 88.66. In year 3, 92.38. In year 4, 86.87. In year 5, 85.96. In year 6, 83%. That's an average across 6 years of 87.7%. As you can see, I'm pausing for effect. It gives me great pleasure, and it is my honor to announce this top academic achiever of 2024 goes to Tanita Ann Dazel. And now, I would like to announce the Faculty Medal for Outstanding Graduate in MBCHB. This graduate is both academically sound, has been seen to live our faculty values, and epitomizes our vision of a future doctor. Once again, it gives me great pleasure to announce that the Outstanding MBCHB Graduate of 2024 goes to Leanne Crick. And now, I would like to announce the Dean's Award for Leadership for outstanding leadership skills and dedication to the advancement of the academic community of the Faculty of Medicine and Health Sciences. It is my honor to announce that the Dean this year chose to award this 2024 Award for Leadership to Caitlin Kensane Meche-Sekole. Thank you very much for participating in this wonderful dedication to healthcare professions today. What an amazing honor to be part of it and to bear witness of your process. I now invite Professor Nico G. van Pittius, our Vice Dean for Research and Internationalization, to close today's proceedings.
Thank you, Professor Baakjes. Congratulations once again. Please give yourselves once again a round of applause. So as we come to the end, I'd like to thank a few people for their contributions today. Firstly, our guest speaker, Professor Susan van Schalkwyk. Thank you very much for an inspiring talk today. All our special guests who are here today, DPK Productions for the technical support for the event, Wanda de Jager, Megan Salon, the Center for Academic Administration, and the Marketing and Communications divisions for the pledge ceremony arrangements, the faculty and university staff and student helpers supporting these colleagues, Bjorn and Ernst from SU Photographic Services, the Development and Alumni Relations divisions for all the MBCHB name badges, the numerous funders and donors who have contributed to the success of our graduates, especially staff and the public who have contributed to the faculty's Itemba Faculty of Medicine and Health Sciences Bursary Fund. Thank you for that. The family, friends, and significant others of our graduates. And I would like to ask the graduates to say thank you to your family and friends and significant others right now. And the academic, clinical, administrative staff that have contributed to our graduate success, including the student affairs and administrative and support staff, whose efforts often go unseen in supporting our students outside of the academic spaces. And lastly, to our graduates, thank you for choosing Stellenbosch University as your academic home. As I said earlier, we would love to have you return in future to pursue further studies, and we look forward to seeing you again. We wish you well on your community service and hope that you will stay connected with your alma mater. Before we conclude the proceedings, I would like to remind you to please join faculty staff for refreshments downstairs in the foyer. The winners of the Academic Achiever and Outstanding Graduate Awards must please stay behind for photographs, as well as all the relevant faculty members. Prize winners, members of the TSRC, and academic staff of module prizes can also stay behind for photographs. So, friends and graduates, thank you for attending today. I hope it wasn't too hot. This concludes the proceedings for the MBCHB pledge ceremony, and you are requested to stand and remain standing until after the academic procession has left the hall. Please rise.
Ladies and gentlemen, thank you so very much, and a huge congratulations from me as well. I'd just like to remind the winners of the Academic Achiever, Outstanding Graduands, and all other prize winners to please stay behind, including the TSRC, and our academic staff will join you. Thank you.